Let's look at some more unit rate problems that are worded a little bit differently and can be tricky to pick out. Number 4 says Vivian currently earns $17.75 per hour. Please notice that that's already a unit rate because we're comparing it to 1 hour and we've got the word per. Which rate would reflect Vivian receiving a raise? Okay, now when you look at all your answer choices here, they're not per hour. This is $121 per 7-hour workday and so on. That's not per hour, so we're going to have to work these out. And I'm going to work them on my whiteboard. So choice A was $121.80 per a 7-hour workday. Well, to do that as a unit rate, that would be $121.80 over 7. So we want to work it out into 1 hour, not 7 hours. So we've got to have money over hours for every one of these. The next one was 614.25 per 35-hour work week. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it straight up here. We've got money, $614.25 for a 35-hour work week. And then the next one is 1,000. And look, let's just don't write commas on our work because then we mistake them for decimals. So just leave the comma off. It's okay. They can use it on their paper. It's fine. And we've got hours. And then we have D, 2,485. And they put 0.00. Well, I'm just going to leave that off. You know, 0.00 doesn't impact your number at all over 140 hours. So then we just take this to the handy dandy calculator and we got to work this sucker out. So you just don't press clear. Doesn't matter that there's stuff on there. And you got 17.4. And then you just go through your list. And 17.55. And then remember, this is going to be per hour. Per hour. This is all money per hour. Now, as I'm just doing my scratch work on a standardized test, I'm probably not going to write this every time because you know you're timed and you have to watch that. But know that you have to report that answer with units or it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to people. 18.14 per hour, so that'd be $18.14 divided by 140, and you got $17.75 per hour. So let's see which one reflects. The question was which one would reflect her receiving a raise. We need to go higher than $17.75. So we look at these. She wouldn't get a raise with A or B, definitely with C, and this is exactly the same. So our answer choice here is C. Okay, let's do another one. So you see they're really not hard. It's just you got to take the time to actually work them out, and nobody really wants to do that. Okay, I already know that. Okay, so let's look at number 5. At a walkathon, Team X walked 15 miles in 5 hours. Team Y walked 16 miles in 4 hours. My goodness, this is wordy. Team Z walked so many which lists the speeds of the teams in order from fastest to slowest. Now, I just want you to notice how confusing that is. With X, Y, and Z, then they're putting them in order, and then they use the words fastest to slowest. So you got lots of stuff to figure out here. You got to make your unit rate. You got to know that a speed, right, is going to be your distance over your time. That's something they expect you to know, distance over time. So let's go to our paper and work them out. So we've got Team X Team Y. We got Team Z. So we have 3 teams. Team X walked 15 miles in 5 hours. So we're doing miles per hour. Distance is miles. Team Y walked, got to do miles per hour, 16 miles in 4 hours. And Team Z walked 12 miles in 6 hours. Now you got to take that to your handy dandy calculator and work it out. 15 divided by 5, which is 3. Of course, you can do that in your head. 16 divided by 4 is 4. But you could use your calculator, it's fine. And then you got 2 miles per hour. Now they wanted these, check your problem, they wanted these from fastest to slowest. So we need fastest first and slowest last. Who's the fastest? Well, Y is the fastest, okay? And then who comes next? Then that's X. And then who's the last one? And then that's Z. So we need to choose choice YXZ. YXZ, that's choice C on our problem. My goodness, you see these get really crazy. Here's one with a chart. Let's work this one real quickly and then let you just go find problems and work them. Or if you're one of my students, you can continue with your packet here. The table below shows the jobs at which Dwayne worked during the various weeks off from school. Okay, now that's tiny, tiny print. Let's see if you can see that. So he worked at Ann's Art for 40 hours, got that much money, worked here. Okay, so that's what he's showing. How many hours he worked, Dwayne, and how much money he made. For which job did Dwayne earn the greatest, there's that math word again, hourly rate. Hourly rate. So you see, you're supposed to catch that is an hourly rate would be a unit rate. So you're going to have to take all these things from the table, turn them into a unit rate, and choose your right answer. So now look at how they presented the information. This is one of those things that they can kind of do. They gave you hours in the table first, and then they gave you the money. But if you're going to figure out how much you make per hour, which one needs to be on the top of your unit rate? Is it the number of hours you worked, or is it the dollars you earned? And you know it's the dollars you earned. We just did that in a previous problem. And then it's your hours, because remember, we want our hourly rate, and your rate is your money per hour. Okay, so that's tricky. So you're actually going to put 620 on top and 40 hours on bottom. And then you're going to work each one of those as a division problem in your calculator. So I'll just set those up for you over here so that you can see. Let's say that she worked at Ann's Diner. Look at your letters again. So Ann, Bo, Cal, and Doug, A, B, C, D, is 620. That's our money. And 40 is our hours. The other one, the next one is Bo's Diner, 614 and 26 cents over 39 hours. Cal's Coffee was $554 over 35 hours. And then Doug's Dog Walking, man, that's a mouthful, is $513.60 over 32 hours. Now, I'm writing this out so you can see that, but you could probably just work it straight from your problem here. So let's just work it out. Take it to your handy dandy calculator, work it out, see what you get. Write your answers down. Please write your answers down, because if you would write your answers down, you can see which one needs to be would fit the question that we're being asked. So that's 15.75 and 554 divided by, 554.75. If you make a mistake, just hit your delete button and then not your clear button so that you can just take off what you don't want. 15.85, and then we have 513.60 divided by 32, and you've got 1605. Now, what was the question? See, I can't even remember now. I've done all that work. For which job did Dwayne earn the greatest? So go back to your question. Make sure you're answering the question. Which one is the greatest hourly rate? Remember, this is money per hour. So you can, a unit rate doesn't really mean a whole lot unless you put your units there next to them. Which one is the greatest? Okay, that's D. D would be the greatest hourly rate. All right, so I hope that helps you, and you can find some unit rates to practice on and some of your own resources.